This video is not centered around what you and your partner fight about, it's how you fight. Because here's the thing, every couple disagrees, all of them. The couples that actually last aren't the ones who never argue, they're the ones who figured out how to argue without torching the whole relationship along the way. And most of us, nobody taught us this. Like, think about it, you went to school and you learned math problems, you probably learned how to dissect a frog. But did anyone ever sit you down and say, hey, here's how to tell the person you love that they're wrong without making them feel like garbage? No, you just winged it. And you probably picked up whatever patterns your parents had, good or bad. Most of us got a mix of those things. So let's try to talk about it. First thing that you have to do is understand what a disagreement actually is. When you're in a fight with your partner, your brain, your stupid, ancient lizard brain, registers it as a threat. So your heart rate goes up and you stop thinking clearly. You start playing to win instead of playing to understand, and that's part of the trap. The second you're trying to win the argument, you've already lost something more important. I'm not saying that you should be a pushover. I'm not saying just agree with everything. I'm saying that the goal needs to shift from I need to be right to we need to get through this and still like each other on the other side. So that's it, but it's challenging. It's a whole reframing. So here are the things that actually make a difference. Number one, lead with curiosity, not a verdict. You know, most of us walk into disagreements having already decided we're right. We've built the case in our heads and we've got evidence and we're ready to present to the jury, but your partner isn't the jury, they're the other person who has to sleep in your bed tonight. So instead of opening with something like, you always do this, or that's not what happened, try asking a question first. Like, genuinely try to understand where they're coming from before you start defending your position. Not a sarcastic question, not, oh, so you think I'm the problem, like a real one. Help me understand why that bothered you so much. I know it sounds kind of soft, but it's not really. It is genuinely hard to do when you're already in the heat of the moment. Try it once and you'll see what I mean. Okay, number two, separate the behavior from the person. This one is huge and almost nobody does it naturally. There's a big difference between saying something like, you're so selfish, and when you made that plan without asking me, I felt like I didn't matter. One is an attack on who they are, the other is feedback about something they did. People can change what they do. Nobody wants to change who they are on command from someone who's yelling at them. It just makes them defensive and it shuts everything down. And I get it, when you're fired up and you're being selfish is what comes out. It's specific, it feels accurate in the moment, but the second you go after someone's character, they stop hearing your point and start defending their identity. And now you're having a completely different, much worse argument. Number three, watch your always and nevers. You'll see what I mean. You never listen to me. You always make everything about you. You're never on time. These words are argument poison because they're almost never literally true, and your partner knows it. The second you say always or never, you've handed them an escape hatch of sorts. Now they can spend the whole argument finding the one exception that proves you wrong and your actual point. The legitimate thing that's bothering you just gets buried. So be specific. Last Tuesday was when I was telling you about the thing at work and you picked up your phone. That really hurt. That's something they can actually hear. That's something you can actually talk about. Number four, give them room to save face. This one's pretty underrated in my opinion. Nobody wants to be backed in a corner, and if you argue someone into a corner, even if you're completely right, they're going to come out swinging just to protect themselves. You want to give your partner a way to shift their position without it feeling like a total defeat. That means not gloating when they come around, not doing the, see, I told you, not bringing it up later. Let the win be quiet. Let them change their mind with their dignity intact. You'll both feel better, I swear. Number five, and this is big, know when to pause. If you're at a 7 or above on the anger scale, you're not going to resolve anything. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that does rational thought, is basically offline at that point. You're just two nervous systems bumping into each other. It is okay to say, I care about this conversation too much to have it right now. Can we come back to this in an hour? That's not running away, and it's not stonewalling. It's being self-aware enough to know that what you're about to say, something that you can't unsay. The key, and this really matters, is that you actually come back. You set a time and you follow through. Don't just bury it and pretend it didn't happen. So none of this is really magic. You're still going to lose your cool. You're going to say something that you shouldn't have said. I do it all the time. Everybody does it. But the difference between couples who grow through conflict and couples who get ground down by it is just practice. It's genuinely a skill. And like any skill, you get better at it by doing it badly first and trying again.